Hey, what's up? This is Seth Green, and you are listening to Somewhere in Vegas with Mark, and I am so hot, I would desperately like a glass of water. Please, please, give me some water.
This is Cindy Preston, and I'm with Mark on Somewhere in Vegas.
Hi, this is Melissa Peterman from CMT's The Singing Bee and the television show Reba. And I have to tell you, I just have to get it off my chest, I love Somewhere in Vegas with Mark.
Hi there. This is Faith Roscoe from General Hospital. You're listening to Mark on Somewhere in Vegas. And you better watch out. We know how to find you if you're not listening.
Hi, this is Shannon Egan from Whippet, and I love Somewhere in Vegas with Mark.
Hey, this is Lee Allen Baker with Somewhere in Vegas, talking with Mark with a Q.
This is Courtney Cronin. You're listening to Somewhere in Vegas with your host, Mark, and I would make sure to listen every week because he's a sure bet.
Hey, this is the Money Man, Eddie Money. I got 2 tickets to Paradise, and it's, you know what? It's Somewhere in Vegas. And what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Hi, this is Crystal Gale, and I love Somewhere in Vegas with Mark.
Hi, this is Terry Nunn from Berlin, and you're listening to Mark Somewhere in Vegas.
Hi, this is Miracle Laurie from Joss Whedon's Dollhouse. There are 3 flowers in a vase, and I'm listening to Somewhere in Vegas with Mark.
Hi, this is Erin Hill, and you are listening to Mark on Blog Talk Radio and Somewhere in Vegas. Mark is a great guy.
Hi, this is Sean Pulaski. I'm still trying to figure out Mark Pico's sexuality, but I know you're listening to Somewhere Live in Vegas.
Here you go, Mark. I'm sorry. I thought you were she. I'm sorry. Get out of the tent. Let's get out of here.
Hey, this is Lance and Anna from Free Radio. And Anna?
And you're listening to Somewhere in Vegas.
Yes.
My favorite.
You know, that's usually what happens with me. I go to Vegas and I get lost, and so I end up somewhere in Vegas.
Somewhere in Vegas.
But I just don't know where it is.
Not quite sure.
Yeah, word.
Get ready. It's going to be hot. It's in Vegas. Check out Mark. Be there or be square.
You might remember my guest at this time back from spring when we were talking about her single Nashville. Since then, she's had another hit, 93, and now she has a new song called Christmas Wish. We have Kimberly Dawn on with us right now. How you doing, Kimberly?
I'm great. How are you?
I am doing good. I mean, it was amazing to be able to talk to you back in the spring and all the stuff that you were doing along with Nashville and a lot of the donations and all that as well. Have you seen a little bit of an effect, going on with a lot of the stuff that you did back in the spring? You know, obviously Nashville was cleaning up for quite a while in terms of that tornado. Tell me a little bit about that.
You know what? So right before COVID hit, the tornadoes hit Nashville. And then they shut everything down. And so I was planning on going to Nashville. So what I wanted to do something to help, because I kind of felt helpless. Like here's the city that I love so much. And they were hit, the tornadoes hit, and then all of a sudden COVID hit. And they were still just trying to clean up the city. So yes, being able to donate to the city of Nashville and Middle Tennessee is where the money went to. Felt good just to be able to do something because I felt so helpless not being able to be there and help. And I know the money helped, which makes me feel good.
Yeah, you got hit kind of twice. And, when we returned to spring, we were kind of hoping that everything would be back open again. But obviously that's not happened yet. So I know, there's just so many venues out there right now that are music venues out there that are closed down. We can't, they can't do at least limited seating if they can do it as well. So hopefully in 2021, we'll start seeing these places open up in Nashville again. There's so many songwriters that are just, that help, that want to be able to play on a live stage, not to mention the business owners that want music as well.
Yeah, no, listen, about a month ago, I guess, almost a month ago, I was supposed to do a live show. It was outdoors at the Mint in LA, and they were COVID safe. Everyone had to wear masks. It was going to be 40 people max, acoustic show. 2 days before the venue, LA shut everything down again. And they were not letting any outdoor venues do any live shows, nothing, even if you were following the COVID rules. And my heart, so I literally scrambled and figured out, okay, let's figure out how I can do this show. I streamed it live from the Mint's Facebook, and we did it as a fundraiser. I was like, please donate to the Mint to help them. Because here's a business that, they were at least thriving a little bit because they were able to do takeout and, bringing people in there. They'll order food and drink. Well, when you shut it down, nobody's coming in.
Yeah. I hope more artists like yourself do that same thing. It's just help out the businesses and maybe do these kind of concerts where, helping some of these small businesses as well. I know I've been hearing a lot about Los Angeles and how things are kind of being run there. And there's a lot of business owners down there who are really angry about it. So hopefully things get kind of cleared up there as well. Now, on a more happier note, let me know and tell me how is your guitar playing going?
It's coming along. I'm still trugging along with my guitar playing. I love it. It's literally what I'll do is I'll pick it up. I'll teach myself some songs. I've got the basics down. I'm not as fast at it as I'd like to be, but I've got it down.
What songs do you know on the guitar right now?
Well, I've been learning my own songs. But my favorite song, and I love this, and it's actually pretty easy to play, is Free Fallin' by Tom Petty.
Yeah, and that opening riff,
so good.
Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty cool. That's pretty cool to be able to know that as well. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, do you play in front of your family at all, or?
I do. I'm playing all the time. I play. Piano is my first instrument, I would say. So I play that a lot. But I just grab the guitar. I notice when I keep it up in my bedroom, I play it more often. So I like to keep it up in my room just because I'm back and forth up and downstairs. And if it's sitting right there where I see it, then I pick it up and I sit down and play.
Now, I mean, how are the kids? I mean, I think you mentioned that a couple of them were taking up instruments or taking up piano. Tell me how that's going.
You know what? All of my kids have played instruments throughout the years. And then they kind of taken breaks or whatever. But it's fun to hear them go back. It's not me saying, go practice. You need to practice. It's fun for me just to hear them all of a sudden sitting down at the piano and just playing the piano, because you know what? It's something I've always said. Once you learn an instrument, it's with you forever. It really is.
Speaking of which, I mean, we haven't heard any flute in any of your songs yet, I don't think, right?
We should add. I should add a flute, right? I don't know if flutes go in with country, but they might. You never know. That's funny.
Yeah, you never know. You can break a barrier there. I mean, you know, you can always do that. I think maybe some of the more folk bluegrass may have some flute, but I don't know.
You're right. That's funny. You remember that.
Yeah. I was just listening to our podcast because I want to make sure I didn't ask the same question again and kind of change it up a little bit this time around. There's very few times they get to interview a person second time around. So wanted to make sure I ask you some really cool questions like that.
Happy to be on. So thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem. I was going to ask about, how's your guys' Christmas going right now?
You know what? It's just a different year, right? For me, normally I'm really, really excited about the holidays and I'm, gearing up for them. And I've realized Christmas is in a week, like a week and a half, and I'm still not done Christmas shopping. And obviously it's easier for me anyway to do online. I have to be honest. I hate going into malls. I hate shopping. But even my kids, I feel like haven't been as excited this year. Asking them, what would you guys like? Everybody's just like, oh, I don't know. Which I think this year people have realized the material stuff isn't important. There's other things that are a lot more important. So I'm trying to, I'm doing a concert on Friday, live streaming. I'm going to be singing Christmas songs. So I feel like that's really going to get me, geared up, and I'm getting geared up. I'm listening to Christmas music, really trying to get in that holiday cheer.
Yeah, a lot of us are. I mean, it's a situation where, we're this time of year is very about, people and about family and all that as well. And sometimes now you can't really, take the big Christmas trip to see grandma or or just go out shopping or be able to interact with people as much as you used to be able to. And so it is kind of like, it is definitely a different time, but, I think some of us are trying to get back into the Christmas spirit, I don't know about you. I've been binge watching Christmas movies pretty much the past couple weeks. So, you know how that is.
That's good. Actually, I just watched Home Alone a few nights ago. So there you go. I was like, oh, see, but it's just so different because you see everyone together, and we know right now we can't be with all of our loved ones, everything's smaller. Thanksgiving was different, so it's just a different year. It's okay though. I'm grateful that I'll be with my husband and my kids. So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, exactly. That's the great thing as well. And, you'll still have some of the traditions that you probably do in your household. Any specific traditions that you do?
Yeah, there are. And I'll keep doing them till I don't care how old they are. But so on Christmas Eve, I always do Christmas Eve dinner. So I'm still going to do my Christmas Eve dinner. I do big dinner. And then they all get to open up a gift. And it's the same gift every year. They all get Christmas jammies. And so I get so excited. They're kind of over it now, but you know what? I'm like, I'm going to keep doing it. And I hope that they continue the tradition with their families, when they have kids.
Yeah. It's those things that kind of keep us grounded, at this time of year. And, kind of that feeling of, the feeling of tradition is always something that's always there, and that little nostalgia that there is always, sometimes you kind of grow up and then you kind of go, oh, really, but ultimately they're going to have kids and then they're going to get the same situation as well. So it's always nice to have those things bear down as well.
It is fun to have those traditions.
And you said you have a big, huge Christmas dinner. Any specialties that you do during the holiday season?
You know what? My kids always have, requests. So one of the things they love is my sweet potatoes, and I can never put enough marshmallows on those. So they always want my sweet potatoes. I kind of change it up a little bit every year. I always make sure there's a turkey because they always ask for a turkey still for Christmas dinner. But I'll do like either a salmon or, a pot roast, or prime rib. Like I add some different things in there. So, and lots of desserts. I'm big about desserts. And so I always have like an array of different desserts because I love sweets.
I was going to mention, when we talked last time, we talked a little bit about some of your influences. I know Garth Brooks is going to be doing a Christmas special. I think him and Trisha are doing a Christmas special. I don't know if you're kind of hyped up about that, but
I heard about that. I am excited.
Well, that's great. I still have my ticket to go see him, but of course we're still kind of waiting on COVID to kind of, subside. So hopefully, right now it's scheduled for February, but I have no clue. Depending on how fast this vaccine gets out, maybe we'll go see Garth again. So
where are you seeing Garth at?
Over at the new Raiders Stadium over at Legion.
That's amazing.
They have games over there, but they don't have any audience. So yeah, it's one of those situations. But considering how many people are going to be in there for that, it'll be interesting to see how they figure that out. But we'll kind of have to see what goes on there by that as well. Let's see here. I want to see anything else I want to talk about. Let's talk about the single. Obviously, there's a really cool piano intro into it as well. Tell me a little bit about how the Christmas single came about.
So interesting enough, I actually wrote that song 5 years ago. And, when I've listened back to it, I'm like, it's very relevant for even what's going on in the world today. It still is very relevant. I just wanted to write a song that was going to be very heartfelt, that people, when they heard that song, that could even be something that during the holidays, like it's a song that they're like, oh, I love Christmas Wish. And they're listening to that song. And it's just like a happy, heartfelt song. It's all about spreading love and peace in the world and being human. And so I feel like it's very relevant today. And, I always say, if we communicated in song, there would be no wars. There would be nothing. It would just be like a peaceful world if we all communicated in song.
Yeah, it's a universal language, definitely. And, sometimes even when you're singing, I mean, if you sing in English in another language, it almost makes it almost universal too. Sometimes the accent just drops off and you can sound like, oh,